It's a baboonery. It is a baboonery finally after a long, long time. Right, first up I was doing babooneries in last year and then the year before that, ranting about people having the subway, rattle, 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 rattle. And yeah, people at petrol stations and stuff like that. The baboonery started to change.
Like the light changing.
Yeah, the light changing. I'm blind off that light. Yeah, this is a baboonery. Now, as I was saying, the baboonery sort of went into the movie reviews. I was doing 4 videos.
Together.
Ranting like fuck. And the last 2 I did, which were for Brimstone. I can't remember. Maybe City of Lights, that one. I never edited them. Absolutely never edited them. Bottom corner right there, that is a video you're probably never going to see because I just didn't have time to edit it. It took me over a year to get round to doing cuffs.
But it's the jumpy cutty bit.
So, finishing fast forward reviews with a whole jumpy, I can now focus on just one baboonery at a time. One rant, and I've already been writing one. But I ain't writing this. I don't need to, because it's fucking happened. In Deja Vu, it almost happened again. But when it happened again, it happened correctly. So this is taxi drivers, taxi rides, and awareness when you're in a taxi. Okay, so a year ago, me and Brittany just started getting together, you know. And, you know, it was different. It was wild. It was long distance. Not that much distance. Yeah, this probably justifies the distance between me and Brittany's house. So we used to go out in Newcastle. Bit of an eye-opener, you know. Different places, different things, different people, you know. And it's weird for me. I work in Gateshead. I see people out. People go, I know you from somewhere. I don't have a fucking clue who you are. Anyway, off that rant, I got introduced to the amazing nightclub of Rise. A crazy man named Sluggies. Well, I knew Sluggy anyway. But this is the broken edge Sluggy. This is the Sluggy that swings from chandeliers. So yeah, we had some good nights out, and one of the nights I remember was, at first we used to book hotels, because it's too far to my house, too far to her house, and we met in the middle. Plus it was cheaper for both of us to get a hotel somewhere. Now this first occasion, I remember waking up and not knowing where the fuck I was. I opened the curtains to see a skip, rubbish everywhere, a train track, my phone was flat. I was like, where the fuck am I? It was just like, that is... Like this is the review. They're like, I was like, what the fuck? So anyway, I had an amazing shower, but I woke up like an hour before I had to be at the hotel, so it was like no justifying the hotel experience. I don't even remember getting there. Honestly, it was like a scene, like The Hangover. I woke up, the room was lit almost upside down. It was trashed. So anyway, when I came out the hotel door, I went to the left and went to go down the stairs, and it looked like someone had just went for a coffee break. There was like saws and everywhere, and I didn't see a single guest in the hotel. And when I went down, if you're familiar with Tynemouth, that's where I ended up. Tynemouth is absolutely miles away, and this is rattling as do my tits in. I walked out on the beachfront right next to the surf bar. The view was absolutely spectacular from the front door, and I had to wake up to the fucking train tracks and graffiti. I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, we were like, right, okay, hotel this way. But then it got too expensive, and plus time had passed and we were now a couple. Now, story of Brit, if you want to know how me and Brit got together, it's a kind of just after this happened. Now, I said a year ago that I would not speak about this in about a year. I didn't say I was never going to speak about it. I'm not going to mention the company that did this. Now, they did justify it, but here is a funny story.
That really isn't funny.
So the next time we were out, after this whole Tynemouth bar one, we decided to get a taxi. We left Rise the nightclub. We left Sluggy swinging from the ceiling while the sunrise was coming up. We had a nap. We booked a taxi. Like, boop, 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 boop. Taxi's on its way. We had left the nightclub and we'd went to the pizza shop and I had had a pizza. Now at this point, I'm not going to be rubbing pizza in my face. I was generally starting to sober up. I'm a bit cautious. I don't like going out places I don't know and getting trashed. Learned my lesson from that, like living in Bulgaria and going out, and it's like, right, okay. I can't remember most nights out in Bulgaria. And after like months and months and months, it was like, yeah. Nothing worse than walking around random places when you're drunk and everyone talks a different language. It's scary shit. It's like when I lived in Spain. There's some scary dark sides. Walking down the wrong side of an alley can lead you on a death-defying place. So I'm always cautious. So anyway, Brittany was a bit drunk and my priority was to get home. Now come back to my house. I live in Concert. We were out in Newcastle. Now, this is where it's going to get complicated. So the pizza's finished. It's in the bin. We get in the taxi. There is no meter. It's just a phone. I can see that. The guy is medium polite. Alright, where you going? That kind of crack. As soon as we're in the taxi, Brittany sort of cuddles up. You know, Brittany's going to go to sleep and I'm literally going to just be quiet. There's nothing worse than random talking to a taxi driver. Anyway, from Newcastle to Consett, there is one road that splits into two. And then you get to Consett. Now, can't do that because Consett is a high town above sea level. We come across Newcastle through Gateshead and we get to the road that does that. Now, if you go that way, you have two options. You can either go the low road or the high road, as we call them. Or you can go left and then you go up and you join the high road. So there's two ways. There is also a million other different ways, but the main ones are left or right, whichever way. Now, because this was an app, we had a quote. £32 was the quote. So £32 is definitely cheaper than a hotel. Obviously. So, as we come across Gateshead, we go left. My left, your right. I'm looking at the camera in reverse. You know what I mean. We go this way, for me anyway.
So yeah, we go left. And I'm like, right, okay, he's going to go up what we call Sunnyside Bank and join the high road. So anyway, you know, I'm not making much small talk, and I am watching this meter in front of me, and this isn't, he hasn't got a sat nav on, it's just a meter, and it's rolling like super fast.
I'm like, it's maybe £32. I mean, that's the quote. This is how this works in this day and age. These apps, it's not like, get a list out, let's make a price up. So I'm watching this guy, and all of a sudden, you never guess what. If this was the exit, he's just gone past it. Yeah, he went straight past the left exit. And I was like, excuse me, you've kind of missed the turn. He said to me, oh, it's closed for roadworks. I'm like, what? Now, bearing in mind, I drive this road nearly 5 times a week, right? I know my way around. Traffic jams, Christmas rushes, I know my way. Now, this guy was not looking at sat-nav. Now, I'm wondering what he's going to do next, because the next stop is Chesley Street. Now, remember, so for example, let's just say in easiness, let's go from my map, your right, left thing. Here's Consett. Here's Newcastle. There is Shields, where Britt lives. So Newcastle, you've got, again, the high road and the low road. And then you've got the road to hell and back. So, we missed the high road, and I'm like, mate, what are you doing? Can you at least turn around and go back the low road? He continues on towards Chesley Street. Now, Chesley Street is an alternative route, but it is basically, if Brittany is coming from South Shields, she comes all the way down here and joins Chesley Street to come to Consett. So it's halfway between Brittany and my house. It's just, Rowsgate, what are you doing? Now at this point, Brittany's just like, oh, what's going on? Brittany's like, sound awake. Honestly, Brittany, just stay there. I didn't want to explain this. I was getting agitated. I was clocked on to what this guy was doing. He wasn't, he sort of just stopped, like literally there was an awkward silence. It was just uncomfortable. I knew what he was doing. He knew, I knew what he was doing. And basically, he got to Chesley Street and he went past Chesley Street. And at this point I went, mate, you need to stop. The next stop is Durham. Now, if I go out on a night out with Barney, Belle or anything and we go to Durham, it's a 40 quid taxi ride from Consett to Durham. We've gone past Chesley Street and he's about to join the continue on to Durham. Durham, right around. I'm like, no. It says turn off here, because I know where I'm going. Turn off here and you loop back and you can go up to Stanley. And I made him do it. I was like, mate, you need to do that. I don't like... But he was trying to tell me to keep on going. He's going that way.
He knows best. He's the taxi driver.
At this point, it's past £35. And we're in Chesley Street. So, we drive up. Now, bear in mind, we had £32 between us in cash. And that's it. We now needed to make a stop. So we drive through Stanley. At this point, it's awkward silence. I just want to get close to my house as possible. And I am absolutely at this point raging. Because this guy has basically tried, he's literally came out of Newcastle and he's tried to take advantage of drunken people. And that's exactly what happened here. So we get to Consett and the taxi ride is at £48, right? We get out the car at the garage to get some money. I get back in the car and we drive up the street. Now, I didn't get dropped off anywhere near my house, but close enough to be alright. Once again, the story, you've walked down the wrong side of the road. It's like you never know, on the wrong side of the tracks. When he pulled the car over, I told the guy right there and then, and I looked him right in the eye with a rear view mirror, and I was deadpan serious when I said this to him. First off, I want a receipt. Doesn't do receipts. I was like, I want a receipt. I told him right there and then, I will give him the £32.
And that's the end of this.
Or, I'll give you the £50 and you will not hear the fucking end of this. I was dead serious when I said this. Now I'm not a violent person. But you're not, Like, I'm not going to be like victimized like this, because at this point I am deadpan seriously sober and absolutely frustrated. I am literally furious about this person. Now the guy takes the £50, but I'm not going to give him the £50 until he gives me a receipt. So he basically went on his phone, took Brit's email address, boof, boof. Brittany, you get it? Did you get a receipt for that? Brittany gets a receipt. Car shuts. £50 for the taxi. He fucks off. All right. The next day I wake up, and I wake up honestly furious, and instantly I phone this company up. Now the guy who answered the phone, I think I made him cry. See, the thing is, I spoke to this kid, and he's the weekend staff, and he was just like, oh my god, like, take the details down, ring the numbers and all this, we'll get back to you. Now, I'm normally off a Sunday and a Monday. So I was like, right, you'll be hearing from me Monday straight away. Now, the thing what happened was, the guy emailed us an invoice rather than a receipt, his job role. So he basically, what he did was email what he would email his company to get the payment or to settle whatever. So I think I might have scared him a bit, because he shouldn't have really sent me this, because it had all the details. So this is what this guy did. So here is the official, because when he sent it, what he did is he sent his route off his own sat nav. So this is officially the route he took. So here's Newcastle right here. I'm sorry if you light soon. I come right close. You see it. So here's Newcastle. He went along here, down, went there. See, there's Wigan. I was telling you where we needed to go. That's the low road on the high road. So he went all the way along here, all the way along here. And at this point is when I told him to stop taking the piss and turn left. See, the next stop down here is Durham. See, Durham's around about here. So he was going to go all the way around here. So this is the official route he took. Look at that. So I had that. And that's what solved this problem. So I spoke to a guy on Monday. He replied to me on email by calling me Mark. My name is not Mark. First off, get your customer complaints names right. So I told the situation. Now he said he would get back to the driver. The driver, right, told and swore down that there was a drop off at Chester Street. I even have it on my email, right? It says the driver, there was a drop off at Chester Street. I told the company that me and Brittany were in a pizza shop that had CCTV, because I was staring at the CCTV, because I was going, wow, there's so many camera angles in here. For a pizza shop right next out to a massive nightclub, it makes sense to have loads of CCTV. So my reply to that was, guess what? We got picked up where the cameras would have totally caught just me and Brittany getting in a taxi. The stop was at the cash point. That was the stop. So he even charges us for stopping at the cash point. I went ballistic. I went absolutely ballistic, and I swore right there and then I was going to go on camera straight away and blast this company. I am blasting this company, but I'm not name dropping them. I'm just telling you a story, because this could happen to anyone, and it does happen to people. You want to get home after a night out, well, chucking money that way and this way, no meter, license taxi, whatever. So this guy, I phoned him and I had it, and he was like, right, okay. End of the story is I got a full refund. So I got a free trip home, actually, because I went ballistic about it. Literally, I was just like, nah, wrong person to fuck with. Basically, I told that driver to his face, you can have the £32, that's fine, you got us home, but you've took the piss, and then you lied about it, then you try to cover your own tracks. How many times has that driver done it to other people? It's like, independent, I mean, there's loads of rogue taxi people out there, you know what I mean? But again, when it's official company, it's an app, and it's all meant to be like, you know, app day and age. I need a taxi. Where's your taxi at? Yeah, no, like text message, that kind of shit. Fucking scum. So I could either have the money transferred to us, or the guy was going to come and drop it off where I work, face to face, cash in my hand. I don't want a complication like that at work, do I? So fuck you to that taxi driver that night. You know, I got my money back. And it's funny, because a year later, exactly the same thing happened the correct way. There's a video, probably on my channel, Random Highlights in Town. I went out with Belle, Chambers and Barney. Had a great night out, met up with Britt, Emily, Liam, Sluggy. Still fucking swinging off the chandeliers. And due to being busy, losing people and all that kinds of stuff, we ended up getting a taxi. Bang there, same company. I was like, but Brittany was a bit drunk. I needed to get home. It was late. I think it's the same day I'd actually filmed Mitch and Scott's gig at Newcastle, and to come all the way back to concert, then back to town, in this weird minibus from hell. But got home and it was £30, and even though it was 2 o'clock in the morning, it was £30, and that is legit. That's the way it should have been. But that night, that taxi driver thought, whoop, it's going to victimise him. So this is just a true baboonry story, all jumpy and cuddy the way baboonry should be. And I think the next one's going to be definitely Mole Walkers. I've been writing Mole Walkers for over a year, so I'm going to get around to filming that. And that's just about trying to walk through a shopping mall full of people. So yeah, always be careful of the taxis. Always ask for a receipt now, the taxis as well. As I say, that picture is just absolutely ludicrous. That, getting that guy to email his work thing, I mean, look at that. You're talking, that's where I needed to go, straight down there, right? There's 2 roads, a low and a high road, and he was going to take us to Narnia and back. Like, what a fucking dickhead. Right, I'll see you in the outtakes. Okay, welcome to the outtakes, and the outtake is just going to be me, uncut. I'm not going to jump around. Taxi. The only other funny taxi story I've got is recently I was going over to meet Mick in Belmsley. And even though Belmsley is just over the hill, there's no direct path. I'm not going to be like Steph and Dan Connor walking from concert all the way to Anfield playing on a bloody 2.5 hour trek down the fucking railway tracks. But I dropped over there to have a few beers, and I do not drink and drive, full stop, zero tolerance. And I popped over for a couple of beers with Mick, good to see him, and we just chilled out. And getting over there, funny enough, my old next door neighbour dropped us over, didn't charge us. That's what next, you know what I mean. It's a 5-minute trip. He's, you know, good crack with you, you know what I mean. I see him around, get him a pint next time out, that kind of crack, right? Okay, so that's like independent private. That's not like, there was no app there. A funny story is, on the way back, when I got picked up by Lee from Bill Pod and Bo's Nose. Now Lee's the bass player from the band, the one who was killed with a firework, and Lee's been on a lot of videos. Lee's pretty daft, and you know, he's a lovely guy, and he's always drives the taxi, always nice, always got time to say hello to you. The thing is, with me and my reputation of spoofing and pranking people, especially from his point of view, the amount of shit I did to Ned's van. Bill Bob most knows has a song called Get the Fuck Off My Van, and it's about me sabotaging Ned's van on a daily basis back in the day. I even have a tattoo of Ned on his van. So, that's Ned in the van as well. We're driving along. So Lee picks us up. Hey man, you alright? Good crack. Driving home. And as we're driving along this Medmsley Road, bear in mind Lee's been a taxi driver for bloody almost 20 years. As we are driving, like that, parallel, a car chucks what can I only subscribe is cheesy chips and garlic, and it smacks Lee's car. And he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what the fuck? And Lee's like looking at me instantly going, what's going on? Where's the camera? Lee was totally like, where's the camera? I was like, what are you talking about? Someone just chucked someone at the taxi. So when we get back to mine, there was just, honestly, it was like the fucking, a giant had jizzed down his car. His car was black. It was smeared all the way down, and he's still at the bottom of the street when we're standing waiting. He's still going, where's the camera? Thinking that was a skit, and that was a genuine thing. You know what I mean? It was just like cheesy chips and garlic sauce, I think, splattered. So that's been my rant about baboonry. It's been a while since I did a baboonry, and it's great to revisit them to what they originally were. Me having a rant and cutting them down. Fast Forward Reviews is done and dusted. That series is finished. So with baboonry, it'll be a case of, right, there's a baboonry do, get it chopped, get it cut. It does take a lot of work, it does take a lot of timing, but baboonries are, I mean, I don't class myself as an amazing person. Yeah, I've got flaws like everyone else, but I'm a strong believer in that everyone's human and everyone needs to get along with their lives, and everyone should be treated the same way. But some people are fucking stupid, and I just like to express myself in a baboonry way. All in the main of just, I can't believe that shit happened. You couldn't write that, and that's what baboonries are. I've been Steve Mason. I hope you like the channel. As I say, this will probably be out next year by the time I get to edit. But thanks for watching, and please, honestly, when you're out drinking and you're getting a lift home, don't let your friends drink or drive. I'm being serious. And do not keep an eye on your taxi. Agree a price, average price, meter, take photos, check badges, because That could have been so nasty. And again, you know what I mean, if that had just been Brittany on her own and she'd been out for a staff night out, woke up the next day and went, I might have paid £50 for it, I'd be like, motherfucking £50, what's that about? But again, because I was like, I want a receipt and I got an invoice, so that saved us. Thanks for watching, goodbye for now.
And now, the end is here.